do this every time. I just hold up my wallet. Weird if you're just holding that. What are we doing?
We are shooting for, no, wrong. Try again.
Shopping for the shoot.
Yes.
The shoot's in 2 days.
Are you feeling skinny?
I better be. I better be. What if I said no?
She looks great, just for
What
reference.
are we going to do? We have some cool, fun things coming in Eat Like Ruby that need food in the pics, believe it or not.
Who would have thought? When we say shooting, we mean for the photo shoot.
Photo shoot. We're not just going shooting.
No. We're going shopping for food for our props.
I actually feel like I'm out at that point in the deficit where you're a bit brain dead. I definitely have like hit the wall. Like I was happy days for so long the whole way, and I'd just say in the last like 5 days I've hit the wall. I don't know if we spoke about this, but I've spoke about it on the internet and everything.
On the internet?
On the internet, on the web. I'm caffeine breaking.
No, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, so I started caffeine breaking as of Saturday, and like, you know, yesterday I was in a mood, but I was also aware that I was in a mood. I was like, guys, just FYI, I'm fucking gonna snap. But then I was just laughing about it, and then I was at gym training legs, and I was just like, why has this hit me so hard? And then I realized I'm caffeine breaking. I'm obviously deep at the end of my deficit. I don't think I've ever caffeine braked in a deficit. So the combo of low calories and no caffeine, I don't think I've ever really had that.
Why are you caffeine breaking?
Because I just felt like I was due for one, and I was just kind of like, I want to get it over with. So next week when I'm on my high calories, I can have my caffeine as well.
Okay, so it's not a long break.
No, just a week. So just like to do a week every now and then. I feel like I just hit a point where I can feel it. I'm like, I need a caffeine break. So that's the position I'm in. So I'm really fun to be around.
Well, you're 15 weeks at 1,600 calories, is that right?
Yeah, something like that. I was trying to work it out. But yeah, it's about that. You nailed that.
Of course.
Well,
I want to.
And you do the weekly updates. I never want to complain too much because it's like no one's got a gun to your head. Like,
it's the photo shoot. It's super important.
Shit, she's got a gun to my head, guys. We are going to go into Woolies right now, get some shit for shooting. And is this is going to be the shoot vlog?
Yeah, I reckon.
I think so.
So this is Tuesday. Shoot's on Thursday.
Tomorrow morning I'll do a sort of final physique wrap up at Woolies. Let's go. Hello guys, I am here. It is Wednesday, Arvo, so I think the last time I filmed was Tuesday when G and I went to Woolies and got everything that we needed for the shoot, which went really well. Today I've just been running around doing a bunch of shoot things. I got new nails, so they look great on the camera. My fingers look kind of weird, but I want to do something really like neutral because obviously we're going to do a lot of foodie pics and stuff. I never want crazy nails, so they're cool. Got my hair just washed, blow dried, straightened, just so that's all nice. I'm gonna get it styled a little bit in the morning, but I'm not really like a crazy hairstyle person. Like I wouldn't get curls or anything. Not that curls are crazy, but that's the extent of how crazy I am. I think curls are crazy. Shooting's actually like there's so much more to it than you think. Everybody keeps asking me if I'm excited, and I feel like I'm maybe like a little bit more excited to be done. Like I am excited, and I will be excited when I'm there. And when I look at all the foodie stuff that we've got, that's really fun. But I just kind of like my life and my normal routine, and just like dedicating days to like tan, hair, makeup, pick up all the stuff, do the shoot. Like, I know, massive first world problems. But I just feel like I like my normal little routine. So it'll be cool to get back to that. I'm gonna go home right now and have something to eat, and then I will film and talk a little bit about my food, my calories, nutrition, update, all of that, because I know it has been a minute, but I'm heading home right now. Hello guys, so I am home and I'm making the usual. We all know what it is. If you don't know, where you get. I had to put my berries in the microwave because they were still frozen. I'm making the Eat Like Ruby bowl. We've all seen it a million times. So I did a physique update this morning and I have been weighing in the super low 60s, basically 60 kilos. Starting weight was 68.2, so I've pretty much dropped 8 kilos, I would say, which is awesome if I do say so myself. But it's been way more of a focus on just like the look and the feel of my physique and where I'm at and what I'm gonna look like and feel like, obviously. More so than the weight. Like I always talk about the fact that it's not about the weight, but people are always like, how much did you lose? I lost 8 kilos. There we go, there's the juice. Kind of a bit of a different fat loss phase for me, and just in the sense of, I'm gonna talk about this a bit more on the podcast, I'll talk about it on Insta, I'll talk about it everywhere, but usually I push a bit of a lower weight. Like usually I'd come in the 50s, like mid to high 50s, and I've but was like really conscious of stopping myself from pushing that far, because that's usually the point where I don't actually really love the physique. I kind of lose some of my shape and it's just not actually a look that I love. But I think it's so common to just think, well, fat loss phase diet, I should get as light as I can. But for me, I was really conscious, really aware, like I actually feel great around that like 61 to 62 mark. I've pushed a tiny bit further than that, which is awesome. I'm stoked with the way I'm looking and the way I'm feeling. And I think like, if I was to say push another like 3-ish kilos is sort of the weight that I've shot at in the past. First of all, we know like physiques change, muscle gain, shape change, all the things. So what weight looked good a while ago is going to look different now. That's the first thing. But secondly, pushing down to those super low weights is where I like have literally no ass, no hips, no nothing at all. Like just giving skinny, scrawny vibes, which if you stand in the right position when you're shooting, it can look awesome. But when I just think about living my day-to-day life, that is too skinny. I don't like that look. I want to have a little bit of shape, believe it or not. So I just think there's a really cool lesson there of like not just needing to be as light as possible, really stopping and saying the goal isn't to be that light. The goal isn't to just be light. The goal is to look and feel a certain way. And I'm stoked on myself for like knowing that, understanding that. Obviously I teach that and talk about that all the time, but I just think it's cool to, yeah, have stopped where I've stopped. And even like side note, but people are so often like so hell-bent on just like pushing into a new weight range. So if we think about mine being in those low 60s, people are always like, oh, I just want to see a 5, like I want to see the 50s. And again, it's like, what for? Like what for? If I started to see 50s, I'd also start to see pancake ass. So is that really the look we're going for? No, that's not why I pursued muscle gain for 10 freaking years. And so another little thing to talk about as well is I mentioned a few times that I might like carb load into the shoot. I've decided against that, or I did decide against that, because we decided not to do a gym shoot. So we're shooting in a house. It's a lot more nutrition, sort of kitchen style focused. And the reason that we carb load in super simple terms is to get like a pump on our muscles. I'm not going for like pumped up quads and delts standing in the kitchen holding a jar of Nutella. Like it just wasn't the vibe. So I just felt like, don't really need to push like super shredded and then super pumped up. And that's actually not, if I think about Eat Like Ruby and the girls that I work with and that I want to work with and what we teach and everything, I don't teach people to get insanely shredded and then do a carb load and pump up and whatever, which it totally can be awesome. I'm not against it at all. But when I think about how I actually eat on a normal day, how I teach my girls to eat, what it actually means to eat like Ruby, eat delicious food in the right amounts for yourself and your goals and all those things, but in a healthy, enjoyable, sustainable, moderate way. So I really wanted to approach my own fat loss phase like that, and I really want my shoot tomorrow to represent that. I don't want to do like a crazy shredded shoot because I can't be fucked getting crazy shredded, and I normally tell my girls not to get stressed about getting crazy shredded. So yeah, I just sort of mixed that up a little bit in the last few weeks compared to what I've done with previous shoots in the past. I have gone to maintenance today, which is a whole nother interesting topic I can talk about. I really need to eat first, but I will talk about that. But I've gone to maintenance today, obviously shooting tomorrow, and then I'm just gonna eat at maintenance from there. So I will talk about that again very soon once I've had something to eat. Okay guys, so I am back. I'm just prepping some stuff for the shoot. I feel like it's such a common thing where people are like scared to go to maintenance. People are always like, oh, I'm scared to go to maintenance. What if I gain weight? What if I get fat? First of all, like there's so much to be said about this, but if it's maintenance, you're not going to get fat because it's maintenance. So that actually scientifically doesn't make sense. If you were getting fat, you wouldn't be eating at maintenance because you're not maintaining. So just important to actually understand the lingo around that, because it's such a common thing people say and it actually doesn't even make sense. So it's like quite a weird fear when we think about it, because it's like that's not how it works. So bit of a side note, bit of a life lesson, nutrition lesson. But the other thing is, like, I think people would be like, oh, why would you go to maintenance the day before a shoot? Again, I'm not gonna get fat overnight. If I eat at maintenance today, I'm not gonna wake up fat tomorrow. I'm not gonna wake up any different at all tomorrow. So I just think that's even an important thing for people to understand, whether you're really educated and you're dabbling in the maintenance thing, whether you're not educated at all. I think some people truly think like, oh, I ate this for dinner last night, I'm gonna look X way tomorrow, I'm gonna weigh X amount, I'm going to gain fat. And there's a very big difference between gaining weight and gaining fat. That's a lesson for a whole nother day. But that's just such an important thing to catch. Like if I've just done 15 weeks of fat loss, like I said, I've lost 8 kilos, I'm quite lean, I'm in great shape, I'm stoked with where I'm at. Having a day at maintenance, first of all, means I'm going to maintain where I'm at, and if I'm stoked where I'm at, then that's perfect. But secondly, do we actually think a person can get fat overnight? Some smart ass in the comments will say yes, but really think about it. If you know about nutrition, if you don't know about nutrition, you need to join Eat Like Ruby. But if you know about nutrition, really think about the science and the facts and be like, doesn't really work like that. So that's why I went to maintenance today. I pretty much had just sort of dieted into here, got to the point where I was like, I'm definitely don't want to push it and go any further. Like I said before, I'm ready to maintain. Cue maintenance. Makes sense. So now I'm going to prep some food. Just like a few little things so that tomorrow, and Taylor's sawing his head off. Must be nice. Just so that tomorrow can run like a bit quick and smooth and we're not like sort of doing shit that could have been done today. That's really what I'm doing it for. Guys, just as I press record, someone's car alarm starts going off. I am so cursed with people's alarms, like mowing, fucking chainsawing, whatever people do, it's like they know, oh, Rubes is filming. Better set off the car alarm. It's not like we have a photo shoot to go to. Thank you. So it is shoot day. It is Thursday morning. It's about 7 a.m. I am having a jam bagel. I'm just gonna have this and then I'm gonna take Nutella to the playhouse. I feel like that's always the theme in the YouTube videos. It's like I offload the dog every single day, but I do not. It's normally once a week. But whenever there's something big happening, like I'm gonna be out all day, shit for him to be at home by himself, so I take him to the playhouse. So I'm gonna drop him down there, then I'm gonna come home, do makeup, do hair, do all of that, and then we're gonna go off to shoot. I feel like it's one of those things, like I've literally got all of these bags on my bench right here. Ready to go. And it's one of those things where like you get up early because you're like, I have so much to do, and then you sort of just like, I feel like I've kind of done it all. Like you feel like there's heaps to do, but there's not really, but then you're like, what have I forgotten? It's kind of random. And it's like, there's a lot of shit in the fridge and stuff. It's like, I don't want to get that out now and put it in the car 4 hours before I leave. So it's just a bit like lots to do, but kind of getting the timing right, I guess. But I'm gonna eat this and then drive Natalie down there, and then I'll check back in. I'm back. A little message from my husband. First of all, Shaq and I just send each other photos of the dog all day, every day. But look at this lovely message from my husband. It's shoot day. So excited for you. These will look so good. If you need me to get anything, let me know. Love you. Love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart, love heart. Husband goes.
I'm on food prep and I'm smashing it. I'm going to show you what I've prepped. I'm very proud of it. Look at this.
If you can see that.
Unreal. Taco bowl, Eat Like Ruby bowl. Unreal burger. The prep table over here. A lot of stuff. Look at these guys. Oh my gosh, Ruby's gonna love those. Mr. Shaxton's in the house.
Now it's a party.
Now the party is here.
Jeez, you get 4s and you got 5s.
I know. 5s are only available and you're jacked up. Do you like being on photo shoots?
Yeah, that's the whole reason.
Oh my god, I just shot your chest because you're...
Up here, let's come down. Hey guys.
Hello guys, I'm here. I'm home from my shoot and it was a big day. Fun day, but big day. It's always exhausting when you shoot. And again, you feel like it's first world problems. Pour me out to do a photo shoot for my new website. But it's just like full on. I feel like when you're just standing there like this all day, it's kind of like podcasting. If I do a double podcast, I walk out of there and I'm just like, oh, that's kind of how I feel. But I'm actually having a big, look at that, Georgia Mott, you crushed it. I'm actually having a massive, well not massive, but big pre-training meal. So I'm actually gonna go and do Shaq's class tonight at Revel. I wasn't really planning on it, like I was planning on getting into those classes once my deficit was over, which it ended yesterday. But I wasn't like planning on going tonight after my shoot, but I feel kind of exhausted from the shoot, but not really. And I feel like it'd actually be good to eat a big pre-training meal, go down there, actually do a big sesh, and then just come home and actually not be exhausted, but be tired and get a good sleep and stuff. I feel like if I do nothing this afternoon, I'll kind of just fuck around and then you're sort of more tired, but not really. It's kind of weird. I just want to do something and like burn some energy. I haven't really tracked my food today because it's so random when you're shooting. Like I had a bagel before I went, then I had a protein shake, and then throughout the shoot, like you kind of literally bite into things to shoot, and then if you're like eating something that starts melting, you're just like licking that, whatever. And then as we're finished with meals, G and I are like, oh, that one's done, we'll have a bit of that. But still now it's like 3:30 in the arvo, and I think I probably had one donut and then a few bites of other things throughout the day, and that's kind of it since my bagel and protein shake this morning. So I'm just gonna have, I got 4 Wheat Bix milk and a banana in there, so it's just carbs on carbs, but we know that's how I like to roll. And with these classes, they are no joke. I get a little bit nervous about my energy and my fatigue and everything because they've been kicking my ass, so there's no way I'm not having a big old carb feed before I go down there. So I'm gonna have this now, go down there, and then yeah, probably just come home, have some dinner and chill out, and then we can go from there.
What up?
Hello guys, we just finished Revel. Shaq was teaching, I was training, and like always, if you've been following along with my little Revel journey, I think this is my 3rd Revel class, and super consistent theme with all of them is that I am just so hungry when I'm there. Like I said to Shaq, as soon as I do, it's like when I do cardio, little cardio bursts, like the bike and the rower and stuff, soon as while I'm on it, when I get off, I'm just like, I don't want to be like, I'm not like dramatic lightheaded, but I'm just a little bit like, I'm not fueled. I can just feel that. And in my stomach, I'm genuinely like, I'm just fucking starving. So, and I mean, it makes sense because I've been in deficit for a long time, but it always just makes me think of how many people try and train really hard and eat fuck all, and that blows my mind because that's just the opposite of what you should be doing, and it's just reminded to me every time I'm doing these classes. But starving from Revel, I've eaten fuck all day, and I've done my shoot, so we're getting wedding pizza.
Let's go. It's on their price for me because I'm the great coach.
Okay. He's pretty good. If you live on the coast, go to Revel, Caloundra or Maroochydore. That's where Shaq works.
Yeah. Say hey.
Got them.
3 hours later, she's back.
I got him. That guy fully remembered me from the wedding.
It's like, holy fuck.
He was out the back, like, doing the pizza ovens, and then he's literally, like, around the corner, like, hey! And I'm like, hi! And then he's like, from the wedding! And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, it's really been a year. I'm like, you had a good memory. It's really been a year. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, well, December, so like 10 months. He's like, yeah, shit.
So you never hit me up?
No, yeah. He was like, I'm like, yeah, I have a great memory. And he's like, yeah, I remember because I was going to talk to you about the podcast. I'm Like, I don't know what to say right now because I don't know what you want to say on the podcast, mate. If you bring pizzas, you can come on.
Oh, shit.
That's actually really big still, the margarita. I am back. It is now Sunday, so I actually took a few days off vlogging. I thought I would just jump in and wrap up this vlog because this is the end of my fat loss phase series. So if you followed along with the whole series, first of all, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I spoke a little bit obviously already about the fact that I wrapped it up a bit heavier than I normally would, but I'm feeling so good just about body comp, mindset, health, nutrition, training, performance, all of the things. I think I'm going to go into like a bit of another series about navigating maintenance and more so like eating for long-term performance, enjoyment, all of the things. I think like maintenance is not a phase to me. Maintenance is our life. So I think a lot of people think of maintenance as a phase and they're sort of like, oh, I'll just hang at maintenance for a while and then I go back to a deficit. To me, it's like the total opposite. Like, we literally live at maintenance. If you think about the fact that we're going to be eating for the rest of our life, we don't want to be pursuing fat loss for the rest of our life or we'll drop dead. So maintenance is just where we hang out long term. And I think there's a lot to be said about that. I'm probably going to podcast about it if I'm being honest. And it's just such an enjoyable phase for me where I really settle in and find the sweet spot between like ticking the boxes and managing nutrition in a way that feels good, but also being quite flexible and somewhat chilled, like a lot more flexible than I am when I'm doing fat loss, to actually be able to navigate it long term. So it is a bit of a sweet spot, but I personally love it. It is where I absolutely thrive. So I'm stoked. I can't believe I've finished my fat loss phase. It feels like a bit of a blur now. Like at times I feel like it was going forever, but then now I'm like, holy shit, that's gone so fast. But I'm stoked to be back on high calories. I'm on 2,400 calories. I've literally gone straight from my 1,600s to 2,400s. I don't reverse diet. I don't creep back up. I don't save calories in the week for the weekends. I just get up there because, in my opinion, why would you not eat as much as you can when you want to enjoy your life and train really fucking hard? So it's a no-brainer. I'm having a shake right now. This is the protein that I'm on now, which I love. This is Switch Nutrition chocolate. I also have it, most of you guys know by now, I have it on this bad boy, which is just unreal. I'm going to go off and enjoy my maintenance life, or my enjoyment life, my performance life, whatever we want to call it. And like I said, I think I'll do a few vlogs about that and just show you guys what that looks like. If you've got any questions about maintenance, etc., or like life after fat loss, life outside of fat loss, drop them below so I can kind of know what to talk about and what to navigate. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Make sure you follow on Insta, eat_like_Ruby. Make sure you check out the podcast because that is where I do most of my talking. And thank you so much, as always, for following along.